Very hopefully, he asked, "She isn't married then?" His voice did not betray his excitement, but I knew it was there. So now, when the narrator said that he was already married and Ranga was not the marrying kinds, so why was he taking interest in this girl? He, Ranga said that she isn't married then. His voice did not betray his excitement. His voice did not show any excitement. But the narrator was watching him very closely. He knew it was there. She was married a year ago. The narrator said that she was married a year ago. His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal. Ranga's face shriveled. Shriveled means shrank or withered, fell because of disappointment, like a roasted brinjal, like a brinjal which is cooked in an oven. After a while, Ranga left, saying, "I must go, I have work at home." Ranga said that he had work to do, and so he left. He had lost interest. I went to our Shastri the next morning and told him, "Keep everything ready to read the stars. I'll come later." I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. So the narrator went to the Shastri, the astrologer, and told him everything. Tutored him means he told him everything beforehand, what he has to say, because he was going to bring Ranga to the astrologer. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. Ranga was looking serious, unhappy. "What's the matter? You seem to be lost in thought," I said. He asked Ranga what was the matter. Was he troubled because of something? He looked very lost. He did not look quite happy and cheerful. Nothing's wrong, believe me." Ranga said that nothing was wrong. "Headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor." The narrator said that, "Do you have a headache? Let's go and see a doctor." "I have no headache. I'm my usual self." Ranga said that he did not have headache and he was his normal self only. There was no problem. "I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that that could be a reason for your present condition." The narrator said that even he was very lost, confused, unhappy when they were looking for a girl for him. They were searching for a girl for him. But Ranga's case was different. So the narrator said that this might not be the cause of your unhappiness, your seriousness. Ranga stared at me. "Come, let's go and see Shastri," I suggested. "We will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not." The narrator suggested that let's go to the astrologer and find out if the stars were favorable for Ranga or not. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. Now Ranga, he went with the narrator without any protest, without any objection. He agreed to go with the narrator. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, "What a surprise, Shama! Haven't seen you for a long time." Shastri, he exclaimed with surprise that, "Haven't seen you for a long time, Shama." Shama is the narrator of the story. Shama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale, of this story. I got angry and shouted, "What? Only this morning?" Now the narrator forgot that he did not have to disclose that he had visited the Shastri in the morning in front of Ranga. He forgot that. But the astrologer was clever. He checked him on time and he did not let the narrator complete his sentence that only this morning he had visited him. Shastri completed my sentence. "You finished all your work and are now free to visit me." Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. So the narrator, he realized that if the Shastri had not checked him, intervened and completed his sentence, "You finished all your work and are now free to visit me," If he hadn't said this, their plan would have ruined. Bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry is the plan would have failed. I was extremely careful of what I said afterwards. Now he became alert and now he was very careful what he said. Shastri turned to Ranga. When did the young son of a accountant clerk come home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits us. Now, Shastri was pretending to be very casual and very normal. He turned to Ranga and said, the young son of a accountant clerk has come home. When did he come home? And what can I do for him? He rarely visits us. He never visits us. It's very rare that he comes to us. Take out your paraphernalia. Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind. Can you tell us what's worrying him? So now the narrator said, take out your paraphernalia. Paraphernalia is the accessories, the things which help the astrologers to predict. He said, Rangappa seems to have something on his mind. The narrator said that Ranga has something on his mind, something is troubling him. So can you tell us what is worrying him? Shall we put your science of astrology to the test? He asked the astrologer, can we put your science of astrology to test? Let us see if you can predict correctly as to what is troubling Ranga. There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri. He took out 2 sheets of paper, some coverices, and a book of Palmyra leaves, saying, ours is an ancient science, Aya. Now he spoke with authority to him because he had already tutored him and he knew everything what the Shastri was going to say. And the Shastri took out 2 sheets of paper, some coverices. Coverices are shells, shiny shells, and a book of Palmyra leaves. He took out a book of palm leaves, saying, ours is an ancient science, Ayya. Ayya means referring to somebody with respect, like sir. There's a story to it. He says that there's a story to this, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a Harikatha, which allows you to tell a story within a story. He says, now this is not a Harikatha, leading one story to the other. You may get bored. I'll tell it to you some other time. He said that he'll tell the story to Shama some other time. Shastri moved his lips fast as he counted on his fingers and then asked, what's your star? Ranga did not know. Never mind. Shastri indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculations before saying in a serious tone, it's about a girl. I had been controlling my laughter all this while. Now the Shastri was pretending as if he was doing some calculations to find out what was troubling Ranga. And that is why he asked him a very obvious question, what was your star? And Ranga did not know. Even that he said, okay, never mind. Again he calculated something and then he said, it's about a girl. And all the time the narrator was watching him and he felt like laughing at his acting. And now when he said it's about a girl, the narrator could not control his laughter and he laughed. But now I burst out laughing. He was controlling his laughter earlier. Now he laughed. I turned to Ranga, exactly what I had said. Now he turned to Ranga and said that, see, this is what I had said. Who is the girl? It was your humble servant who asked the question. Now he asked the astrologer, who is the girl? Shastri thought for a while before replying. She probably has the name of something found in the ocean. So he said very tentatively, very cleverly, he said that the girl's name is something that is found in the ocean. Kamla? Maybe. Could it be Pachi? Moss? Must it be moss if it's not Kamla? Why not pearl or Ratna, the precious stone? Ratna, the girl in Ramarao's house is Ratna. Tell me. Is there any chance of our negotiations bearing fruit? Now, uh, they were just guessing upon what all could be the names that are found in the ocean. So, moss is found in water, Pachi, he said. And then the narrator said, must it be moss if it is not Kamla? Why not pearl or Ratna? Even these things are found in, even pearls are found in the ocean only. The precious stone. Ratna, the girl in Ramarao's house is Ratna. Tell me, is there any chance of our negotiations bearing fruit? Now he said that Ratna, the girl in Ramarao's house, her name is Ratna. Now, can you tell if we negotiate, will the matters result in favorably? Definitely, he said, after thinking for some time. There was surprise on Ranga's face and some happiness. I noticed it. Now, the narrator was observing Ranga, his reactions. Now, when he talked about Ratna, there was some happiness and expectation showing on Ranga's face. But that girl is married, I said. Then I turned to him. His face had fallen. He spoke about Ratna first, that will it be fruitful? And he observed Ranga, he became a little happy. And then he said, but she is married. Again, Ranga's face fell. Again, Ranga became serious. He was full of disappointment. I don't know all that. There may be some other girl who is suitable. The Shastri said, I don't know about that, if the girl is married or not. And if she is married, then maybe there is some other girl. I only told you what our Shastras indicated. So he said, I only told you what our astrology indicated, that it's about a girl and probably the girl's name is something found in the ocean. Shastri said. We left the place. On the way, we passed by Ramarao's house. Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. Now,